first, what about you, Roscoe? What's the when you answer that phone? What's the first thing that you say and do?
It's not a blanket thing for me at all, ever. Everybody's different. So the first I'm doing, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm trying to get them to talk. I know what I have. So what are they saying? So I can check off the list of the things that I know I can offer to them. I was telling Donald in the lobby area, we get to the point where some people say, how much is it? When can I get it back? Blah, blah, blah. There's no value at that point. So listening and answering the questions and steering them away from that price, what's calling you to call in today? What is the reason why you're calling? What happened? And listening. A lot of times they just want to know the price. How long is it going to take? So I had a lady, where I think I told you about it, where I was about to lose. I felt the sale going down, and I was able to hear some kids in the background. I said, man, it's really amazing that you called me. I'm glad we'll able to get you the information, but did you realize that you don't have to pack those kids up? And I know it's a long way, it's about a 35-minute drive. I can come directly to you and make this easy in a 10-minute process instead of you driving an hour to come. And she said, absolutely, let's get that done now. So the listening part, knowing your product, knowing how to tailor that product to that person based off what they're giving you and not giving up, upselling. I sell the hell out of mobile. I do. That's one of the main things I do. And then I upsell the expedited fee or whatever that's going to be. And also, hey, would it be cool if we could know what the gender of the kid? All the things I know I have, but you have to master what you have in order to ask the right questions to be able to tailor it to that person.
Okay. All right, thank you. Donald, what about you?
So because we have multiple locations, most of my phone calls start off by asking two questions. What city are you looking to test in? So because I don't know if they're testing in Atlanta or Birmingham. And then the second question is this for a child that's already been born, or is the mother still pregnant? Because I've gone down the rabbit hole of trying to explain the legal service and then find out, oh, the baby's not here yet. So then I got to start all over with my pitch. And so now I have to establish that on the front end of the phone call. Once I get past those two things, where they're testing and whether or not it's a prenatal or afterbirth test, then I get into a lot of what Roscoe just discussed, listening to them, letting them talk, finding out what exactly they need, finding areas where I can upsell, finding out where I can work in the price of my product, and then try to get them to commit to a date. But like we said at the beginning, like Royal said at the beginning, half of the battle is won when you answer the phone. If you have a voicemail picking up, or if you have an automated line picking up, or a digital greeting or any of that picking up, and I'm not saying those are bad things, but what I'm saying is the person that answers the phone is likely going to be the person that has first dibs on the piece of business. And as independently owned operations and small businesses, that's the one leg up that we have from the larger national companies. Chances are when you call any of the larger national companies, you're going to go through a fully automated menu before you actually get to a person. And so that's your advantage, is answering the phone and then listening to your patient.
Are you in your years of experience, what sets you apart? How do you kind of answer the phone? To what sets you apart as a private DNA consultant?
Right, of what they've already said, and on that. The key is, there used to be a time where I would answer the phone and I was just so over the top professional. Now, you got to understand, it's been years, 20 years, 25 years. You do listen to your client. I'm not the one that they cry. I think that every case that I get that calls in, if it's a mother, she's going to cry. What sets me apart is being in her shoes. So I could say, okay, let's time out. What's going on? And she breaks down her whole scenario, her whole story. You asking me for a chat, blah, blah. Okay. Let me tell you my story. And I'll tell them. And they choose me specifically. And they say, you know what? I'm going to choose you because you took the time out to listen. You took the time out to explain yourself. And they end up calling me Mama Jewel. For real. Mama Jewel. I said, okay. I am Mama Jewel, but when I see you, I am business. Understand that. So, true enough. And that not only gets you that DNA test, they refer their friend and their friend and their family and so on. And you got years of them using you for every paternity test and everybody that they know on a nationwide level, not just your state. So that's my pointer, is to talk to them. Once again, you got to know top of the line. What state are you in? What state is the father in? What's going on? Is it a newborn baby? Are you still pregnant? Is the baby still in the hospital? Is the baby in the NICU unit? There are certain hospitals, one hospital we don't go to the NICU unit in, but I'm allowed in all the NICU units. That's one. Okay, so is it more than one dad? Don't get offended. They will get offended, but you're saying, is there possibly more than one dad? Because I'm trying to save you money. I don't want you to pay me $450 twice. Okay? So if there's more than one dad, we will schedule one dad in our office and the other dad will come somewhere else. Okay? We can schedule them separate. One may know about each other. One may not. Your husband is not going to know, or your main dude is not going to know about the other dude, but that other dude knows about this other dude. So I'm going to schedule him. He's going to pay his money, and then you're going to do that. So that is the key, is to listen and don't judge them. I said, well, my job's not to judge you. If it's 3 daddies, let's break it down. How do you want to do it? And they will test all 3 of those days. Trust me on it. They will test them all, and they all will pay their money, and we are secretly giving them their privacy. At the same time, you got to give them a thumbs up in the DNA world for handling their business.
I'd say one thing to your point right there, if it's okay with you. The sale does not end, or the case does not end when the results are delivered, okay? If the result is